Alright, back again this morning. Just thought I'd make another quick video. Got the New Zealand flag up now over there, next to the American flag over there. And as you can see by this video, we're missing a front end. So that's going to start going back together this weekend, or next couple of days. But the reason I pulled it apart, and I'm making this video now, is to show you what I've done to strengthen the upper A-arm support along here on both sides. So when my cert was done, the engineer, I think he had a camera mounted just up over here or something, and he was looking at this thinking that wing didn't look strong enough, and funnily enough he was right. Under braking, that wing was effectively going like this, twisting. So as the forces were stopping the wheel, making all this arm twist, that upper plate was flexing like this. And then with the suspension, the way it's mounted here, that it goes through into this little box section which connects into that, as you are hitting some semi-decent bumps, that would ever so slightly flex inwards like that on that plate. So he wanted me to reinforce that. So of course we've had to pull all the suspension out, and I didn't do a video of this before, but let me see if I can get my camera down into there. Oh yeah, there we go. So what we've got, I can't actually see what I'm doing, stand by. So up over here, that's that wing plate. As it comes back down and around, comes down and sits onto a box section over here. So that wing sat up about, let's say 4 or 5 inches. And then there's your spacer plate where my finger is there. So there's the wing, there's the spacer, and that's your upper control arm. So what I did is I added in this gusset that comes all the way down into here, which ties in that wing plate to the box section down here, ties it onto the chassis rail and onto the outside of the chassis rail, and of course the inside's been already box sectioned. And then on the rear, I don't think I'm going to get, oh here we go, and on the rear's a lot lower, it's probably only 2-3 inches. But I've got the same sort of thing. So you can just see the corner of the wing plate over there where my finger is, and so that goes down to the box section, runs along, ties into the RHS tubing which forms the drop to go across the cross member. There you go, and then ties it in. So by doing that, hopefully we're now going to get rid of all the flex this way, and whatever little flex we might be having this way. Any flex that's now in here will be the entire subframe flexing, but I think we should be right. That should tidy it up and tighten it up a lot more than what we had previously. I don't know if I made a video or not on the intake, which I think I did, but if I haven't, basically I'm now running the LS6 intake cover, which gives me the PCV system, which runs back and around and into the back of the throttle body, or the air filter. What I am going to do is modify that, so it'll run from here into the oil separator, out of the oil separator with no air filter on it, and then back into the intake, just to do extra oil separation before it goes in. From what I've been told though, the LS6, there's not much oil splashing around in the valley cover down here, as opposed to up here in the intake manifold, into the intake, onto the heads. So getting the air out of here, but it is still going to be, you know, oily air inside an engine, so any oil we can get out of it will be better. So yeah, I'll leave the air filter on the top, but that's basically going to be blocked off or capped off, just so that it matches the carburetor, or the throttle body should I say. yeah, and then we just need to do a little bit of routing work on the top section where those two pipes come in. But I'll do another video on that later. So yeah, that was me for now. We're going to start putting the front end back together in the next couple of days before we can get this thing now booked in for its final cert check on late July. So we've got a couple of months just to get it. That's the soonest I could get it in, so I'm not in any rush, but yeah, we'll get it done.